Today is August the 11th, Tuesday, almost 10 o'clock in the morning here in Florida. I want to talk about political activism because I think a lot of people feel like it's impossible to do anything, and I can see why they would think that way, because the corporations have gotten so big, and there's so much. They have found ways to be very intrusive into our lives, even using things like credit reports, even within the application process, which I don't think is right at all, or medical records either. Should not be, either one of those should not be part of an application process. But there's so many mutton heads or sheeple people out there. They're just going along, and right now we've got to do something, because what was going on earlier, the whole reason for the banker bailout had to do with speculation and derivatives, and those people that were speculating and did the derivatives, they should have at the very least been fired from their jobs. But instead of being fired or put in prison for putting things in stock that were worthless, they were given like these huge bonuses, and not only that, but they're going right back and doing the same thing over again. The price of oil was going from $30 to $147 a barrel, and it looks like they're going right back and headed right back doing the same thing with our money, no less. And so, and it's on they're doing this, or they're doing this on a daily basis. Our government, our stock market, our banks have gotten more and more criminal, especially since 9/11. And as I've explained earlier, 9/11 had to have been an inside job, because there were definitely explosives used, and anybody with more than a third grade education that has an open mind, and isn't, an open mind, I mean an open mind, we're willing to look at things from just the way they are instead of the way you want them to be. Anyway, they can see that those buildings were blown up. So anyway, political activism is very important, and we need to do something, because it's just going back to the same old thing. The oil companies were originally financed. The Shell and Standard, which made were the birth of the Seven Sisters, were both financed by the Rothschilds. The Rothschilds financed the Rockefellers. They also financed the Morgans. And Morgan, J.P. Morgan, when he died, he thought he was the richest man in the world, but it comes to find out he only owned 10%. Just like Rockefellers, a lot of what their Shell Oil and stuff, they own maybe 10%, and then the Rothschilds own the rest. That's because the Rothschilds have been involved in banking and the stock market way back in the 1700s. They used the stock market way back then to defraud both of those governments, and they're defrauding our government right now. They're using our tax dollars against us every possible way. They're using our tax dollars for war. They're using our tax dollars in the stock market, and they're using. Then they come up with all these phony derivatives and things like that, and they use that to explain away what they're doing, where all the money is going somewhere, but we don't know where. Anyway, it's all criminal. And I have this thing where I call, even the highest the office in the land. If there's a criminal, I call it as I see it, and I see criminals running things. I saw Bush using Christianity in a fraudulent manner. Actually, the Bible has a lot of, it's rife with fraud. There's a whole lot of things that could never have been true, but there's a lot of things that one could learn. There is some things that people could learn from the whole thing, but to use Christianity in a way just to deceive people. That's what our government's become. It's not democracy. It's about being deceptive. It's about being a shyster. It's being one-up. It's being you're in like Flint or out like whatever. You're if you don't go along with the plan, you're dirt. Well, it's a dirty plan, so why go along with it? It's like Obama's on the same 1700 slave ship. So he's a co-captain or whatever. So like if you were given an opportunity to be a co-pilot of a slave ship, you get on the slave ship. Well, where are you then? You're the co-pilot. So you got a really big job, but what are you doing? You're transporting slaves. That's not a real thing to be proud of. And if you can turn that ship around, you should turn the ship around. But Obama's not turning it around. And so I just call him an elitist punk, just like Bush was an elitist punk. And they're like the elitist ladder. Well, especially in Bush's case, his IQ is well, what kind of elitist is that? What kind of elitist is that? But anyway, I just believe we really should be watchful and be knowledgeable ourselves, and to shed a light on what we know. Otherwise, we're just being a punk like they are. We're just being accomplices to the criminality, the shysters. And that's what they want. They want us to just go along with what they're doing and just say, oh, it's alright, go ahead, take my pension, put up the price of gas, so I gotta spend, any extra money I would have had for anything that, dentures or for cleaning teeth for our kids or whatever. Just go ahead and take that, so, put that in the stock market, with the speculation, and sure. No, it's not alright. Those people should be in prison, not being in the stock market, not getting $30 billion in bonuses, or hundreds of billions in bonuses, or trillions of dollars in outstanding money that we don't know where it is. Thank you very much.